What is up, you guys, and welcome to another one of my videos. I recently went to a concert that featured Savage After Midnight, Papa Roach, Asking Alexandria, and Shinedown. If you want to watch clips of that concert, the video for that concert will be on the left side of your screen after this video. While I was there, I came into a lot of experiences and situations that I haven't seen at the other concerts I've been to, and also some normal situations that I see at every concert I go to. So we are going to discuss some of the do's and don'ts for specifically rock concerts. Now that goes for every subgenre of rock. Hard rock, metal, heavy metal, deathcore, screamo. So here is just a few do's and don'ts of what to do and what not to do at a rock concert. Do, sweat, and enjoy yourself. You're at a concert. You spend your hard-earned money to pay for the ticket to go to that concert for a band or multiple bands that you enjoy listening to in your free time or in the background while you're working. So rock out, headbang, mosh, enjoy yourself because you deserve it for being there and supporting that band. Now, there are going to be people that look at you with weird faces, but it doesn't matter what they think. You are there to enjoy yourself after working so hard to get to go to that concert. At the concert I just mentioned, I was headbanging, my hair was flying everywhere, sweat was dripping off my body like crazy. I did not care. And I had an older guy come up to me. He was real short, probably up to my elbow. And he came up to me and said, "Hey, dude, I see you enjoying yourself and headbanging and everything, but you're getting sweat all over me." And I told him, "What do you want me to do, man? It's a rock concert. I'm going to enjoy myself." He said, "No, no, no. You keep doing your thing, man." And so that really showed me that people really don't care what you do. You know, you're just there to enjoy yourself and enjoy the music that you earned the ticket for. So make sure you sweat and enjoy yourself at the concert you're going to. But don't make it all about you. I am a victim of doing this. For another concert I went to, it was Bless the Fall and Asking Alexandria for the first time of me seeing AA. And I posted a video for it on a previous channel that I had that no longer exists. But I made a poster, and when I got there, I realized it was a stupid idea because I was the only one with the poster, and we live in a small town. You know, it's not like balconies on top of balconies. It's basically just a floor ground and then a couple seats in the nosebleeds. But that poster said, "Hey, let me play Not the American Average on guitar. I'm left-handed." And they do have a left-handed guitar player, so I had to make sure I specified that. I've seen videos on YouTube of bands like Asking Alexandria have done it. And I've seen bands like Shinedown, Foo Fighters, I think even Disturbed did it, where they invite people on stage and play guitar or do vocals because they encourage that type of stuff. And so I made a sign that said, "Let me play Not the American Average," because that was the first song I ever heard by Asking Alexandria, and that was the first song that really got me into my emo phase, and really got me into the screaming music. By the end of the concert, they didn't even play the song. They didn't invite me on stage. They didn't do anything. They basically just ignored it. I know for a fact that they saw it because I know Ben Bruce gave me a look in the eye. He saw me. I know he read the poster. But they did not invite me on stage, which kind of sucked because I was really looking forward to that. But I did make that concert all about me because I wanted to be on stage. Do mosh. If you're not familiar with what moshing is, basically it's a circle of people that run around in circles and across and diagonal and go every which way, running, possibly even flying, and just waving their arms around, jumping, pushing, and it's just a violent pit of people punching and kicking and throwing, and it's really awesome. It sounds very dangerous, and it is, um, but it's all in good fun. Uh, it's not to encourage violence. It's to encourage a good time and let out all that energy and rage you have in a day-to-day life. And you just like enjoy yourself, get into the music, and throw yourself at people. I'm just standing there in the middle of a mosh pit. I'm just standing there. I'm not moving. If people bump into me, I don't move an inch. I'm just there letting people go at me, and I'm basically tackling people. I'm shoulder bumping them, and I'm not moving. And that's just awesome to me. This was the previous concert I talked about was Shinedown and Papa Roach. That was the first time I actually started a mosh pit. I've always jumped in the middle of one while it's already going. This was the first time I pushed through a crowd of people and just started pushing people around, and they pushed back, and that's basically how it started. It's just you crawl, you push your way through a small crevice of people to get to the front of the stage, and you usually don't even get to the front of the stage by the time a mosh pit starts. It's just people pushing back, trying to not let you get to the front, and then just a back and forth of that causes a mosh pit. And it sounds very dangerous, and like I said, it is. I got punched in the mouth, but it wasn't meant for me or anything. It was just all in good fun. And, if people fall down on the ground, the mosh pit stops and everybody helps that person up, and then we get going again. It's all just a crowd of friends and people with similar interests just enjoying themselves. And I highly recommend it if you're into that sort of thing. That being said, don't punch people just to start fights. I went to a Disturbed concert, I believe 3 years ago, and that was actually my first concert I ever been to. It was Pop Evil opening up for Disturbed, and that was a great concert for it being a first concert to go to. And I was even in a mosh pit at that time because I've seen videos of Warped Tour and Oktoberfest and Oklahoma Fest of mosh pits, huge mosh pits. And I knew I wanted to be in one because that looked so cool. And so I got to be in one. But in the middle of the concert, not even in the middle of a mosh pit, there was no mosh pit going on at the time. But David, in the middle of one of his songs, he stopped the concert, he stopped the song, he stopped the show, because he saw these people just going at it, fighting. And I'm not really sure what the situation was. I think, through the grapevine of everyone in the concert, I think someone said something about someone's wife, and that someone got PO'd and punched the guy, and then that's what started everything, which is stupid in the first place. But, he had security kick both of them out, and then they carried on with the show, and that was just stupid and uncalled for. Those people don't deserve to be going to concerts, so just don't start fights just to start fights. Do sing along. Throughout the clip of that concert, you can hear me in that video screaming, singing as loud as I can, with as little voice as I can. You can hear me above the actual music. I knew every word to every song from the 3 main bands. I was enjoying myself so much. I just loved every single song that they played. The track list was incredible. So if you know the song, sing along because it shows your appreciation for that band and what they do. Now, I did record a lot of the concert from all 4 bands that were playing, But it's important to not record the entire concert. Uh, don't post it on your story because everyone's just going to zoom through it, click repeatedly, not even care. Don't post it on YouTube because, people want to. Uh, you can post individual songs that they played because I look up specific songs for a live version. Or don't post the entire concerts on YouTube or on Facebook or whatever because that ruins the live experience. You want to experience what that band is like live because you love that band so much, but you don't want to do it through a 13-inch screen or, a 5-inch screen, whatever you're watching it on. Do arrive early. I've been to 4 concerts now, and every concert I've been to, I've been at least 30 minutes early. And even still, the line is crossing roads because it's so long. People want to get to the front. People want to get a good seat. People want to get their drinks and food or whatever, get their alcohol and settle down in their seat when the band starts. If you want to get to the front of the stage, you got to get there at least an hour and a half early because people are going to be piling up there pretty fast. Don't show up in the middle of a concert. If you're going to a concert where you have a specific seat you got to sit in, like a basketball game, people are already in their seats enjoying the concert with their food and alcohol, and they're not going to want to get up and move out of the way just for you to get to your seat because you showed up late. That's just going to upset them, make their night worse. Some probably won't even get up. They'll just, put their knees closer to their chest so you can walk through in between the seats and them. Do stay hydrated. Now, the majority of the concerts I've been to only lasted at most 3 hours. And, that was fine. I was enjoying myself still by the end of it. But that last concert I went to, that lasted 4 hours. And I was dying, it felt like. I didn't have a drink that entire time. I was sweating like it was 110 degrees inside that building with people surrounding me. And, I just wasn't enjoying myself anymore. I was legitimately thinking about leaving in the middle of Shinedown's performance. I didn't, though. I wanted to pay homage to the band because I love them so much. And I still enjoyed their set. I just didn't like standing for 4 hours just listening to their music. Not that their music isn't great, it's amazing. But, after 4 hours, you just get tired and sore, and you just want to get out. For that entire 4 hours, I did not have a single drink of water, and I was just dead. My mouth was dry and goopy, how that gets. It just wasn't fun anymore, even though at the same time I still enjoyed myself. So if you don't want to spend $5-10 on a bottle of water, try to bring your own bottle of water, or sometimes I've seen bands actually, or some of the crew members in between sets, they throw bottled water out to the crowd, but you kind of got to be close to the stage to get one of those. And you'd be lucky even if you get one of those because people are jumping for them practically. Do talk to people. In between sets or even during sets, you get close to people, you're bumping shoulders. You're both there enjoying the music. You have similar interests. You already know that already because you're both there. So it's always nice to have a conversation with someone and talk and get to know someone more, become friends. And I know people who have met their significant other from concerts because they took the chance to talk to someone and get to know them. Every concert I've been to, I've always talked to the people around me. I've gotten close friends with someone. In this Moment concert I went to, I was talking to this one guy, he was 20, 30 years older than me. He was drunk AF, but he was still fun to talk to. He was very energetic, and that made me energetic. He transferred that energy to me, and it was just really fun to talk to him, and it was just very entertaining and interesting to hear what he had to say. And we actually became pretty good friends by the end of the night. We were chest bumping and stuff. We were moshing together, and it was just really fun to hang out with him for those 3 hours. This previous concert I went to was Shinedown and Papa Roach. I was talking to these two older girls. I don't know how they knew each other, probably just friends. But they seen Papa Roach, a bunch of times. They travel the country and follow bands around. And I got to talking to them how they've seen, like Hailstorm and Godsmack, and they've seen Papa Roach a bunch of times. It was just really interesting to hear all the bands that they've seen and where they've been to. And it was just really fun to talk to them, because you never know what someone has to say until you talk to them. And it's just really fun to make friends at concerts. But I cannot tell you how many times I've encountered people who I've talked to who just thought they were the cool kids. And I'm not gonna lie, maybe it's a stereotype, maybe it's offensive, but most of the time, I only go to rock concerts. But every time I talk to someone who think they're the cool kids, they are always, that country stereotype. You got that southern or western accent, you got that little twang in their voice. Sometimes a cowboy hat. Most of the time they're wearing cowboy boots, jeans, sometimes even a flannel or button-up shirt, and they're there at a rock concert. But they just think they're so cool and so smart aleck that they can say anything, and it just really pisses everyone off. But, I associate with them just to make the time pass, in between sets. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, cool, sure, yeah, no, knuckle tap, yeah, you're chill. But at the same time, I'm looking over at my dad, and I'd be like, these people are dumbasses, and it is what it is. I associate with them, but I recommend, if you see those people at concerts, do your best to not socialize with them, because the only reason why people socialize with me is because I'm so tall, and I'm always the tallest person at the concert. And so that brings attention to me, and especially in a mosh pit, and people see me in the mosh pit, and they immediately want to talk to me. Just because they'll be like, hey, you're a bulldozer, man. You're a freaking beast. I would not want to get in that mosh pit with you. And it's just hilarious to hear what people have to say. But most of the time I try my best to not socialize with the smart alecks or dumbasses. Now it's kind of hypocritical for me to say this, but do be respectful. There was another incident that happened at the Disturbed concert where a guy just hit his wife, and David stopped the concert then. And he almost just stopped the concert completely and didn't even finish the set. He forced security to get the guy out of there, make sure the girl was okay, and he almost just quit there and wanted to leave. He carried on with this set, but it's just not okay for guys to hit girls. It's ridiculous and disrespectful, and not only be respectful to the people you're at the concert with, but be respectful to the bands. Don't throw stuff onto the stage. I've seen on YouTube, people throwing trash at a Nickelback concert onto the stage, or I'm not into the band, but at a One Direction concert, I heard a girl throwing her bra onto the stage at one of the people in One Direction, and I just think that's weird. For one, it being a bra at a pop concert, but for two, most people that like One Direction are young teenage girls Like, I'm talking somewhere between 12 and 15. So that's a little weird. Hopefully that was not the age of the bra that was being thrown. But I've heard some pretty crazy stories about people throwing the most random objects on stage. Uh, I believe it was a Foo Fighters concert, or it might have been someone else. They threw a prosthetic leg on stage and wanted them to sign it. I don't even know if they found who it belonged to. But it was just really weird. But don't throw things on stage, guys. It disrupts the entire concert. It distracts and messes with the mental stability of the band. It just confuses them, and they don't know what to do really in that type of situation. So just don't do it. Do dance like no one is watching. You do have those people that dance for the attention. In me, I don't even really dance. I just jump and do devil horns in the air. Sometimes a middle finger. Most of the time for the 3 hours, I'm headbanging the entire time. So the day after, or more like the 2 weeks after, my neck is sore beyond repair. And it feels like it's broken and just dead and you can't move. But that's the beauty of a rock concert. You gotta enjoy yourself and dance like no one is watching. But like I said, I do jump around a lot and I'm a big guy. More than likely, I'm top heavy because my torso is longer than my legs, or so I've been told. I don't know if I believe that. My legs do look pretty long. But that's what I've been told, and so I tend to step on people's feet, and I do lose my balance, and instead of just jumping up and down, I jump like this a lot. It's a weird portray of what it looks like, but you get the idea, and I have stepped on people's feet before. And most of the time I wear steel-toed shoes to concerts, either for that reason or just because that's what I feel like wearing to that concert. But don't wear open-toed shoes to concerts. Flip-flops, sandals, definitely socks with sandals. Just don't do it because you will get your feet stepped on, and it's just not proper attire for that type of scenario. But that is what to do and what not to do at a rock concert. That is all I have for this video. So to come to a conclusion, here is a few words from our favorite android, Cynthia.
Thank you for wasting your time watching this video. I know it will make Zach feel a little bit more special since no one else gives him the attention he desires. If you somehow enjoyed this video, click the like button, though you should make sure the dislike button works too. If you are new to this channel and have no idea what to do with your life, click that big red sexy subscribe button and bell icon so you can receive a notification for every upload. The upload schedule is officially changing to Saturdays and Sundays. Keep watch for next week's content. There will be a video discussing Zach's workout routine as well as a cinema review for the new comedy movie, Playing with Fire featuring Keegan-Michael Key and John Cena. If you have any questions for possible future Q&A, requests for future videos, judgments, or random comments, don't be a hairy little vagina and do something about it. You might make a difference for the better in regards to the future of this channel and its content. Don't forget to share this channel with your friends and on social media because you can bet a Demogorgon sex dungeon this is quality content.